All right, so we're diving deep into the world of advanced biomedical scientists today.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, this RoleCatcher stack has me hooked.
Yeah.
This is so much more than just like
Oh, yeah.
microscopes and lab coats.
It really is. It's way beyond that.
Yeah.
It's really about pushing the boundaries of healthcare.
Totally.
Like taking those what-if discoveries and actually turning them into something real.
Yeah.
Making a real difference.
That's what really grabbed my attention, too.
Yeah.
It's not just research for research's sake.
Right.
These scientists are literally on the front lines of improving human health.
Yeah.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
What are these advanced biomedical scientists actually doing day to day?
Well, at its core, it's all about translational research,
Right.
which is basically taking those groundbreaking discoveries
Right.
and figuring out how to actually apply them.
So it's like taking it from the lab
Yeah.
to the real world.
Exactly.
Like actual treatments. And...
Yeah. Developing new treatments.
Oh, wow.
Refining diagnostic tools.
Okay.
Even shaping healthcare policies. It's a lot.
So they're the bridge between the lab and the lives of patients.
Precisely. They're not just working in a vacuum.
Right.
They make sure their research has a real impact on healthcare.
Wow.
And beyond the research itself,
Yeah.
they're also super involved in education, like mentoring the next generation of scientists,
Oh, that's cool.
leading training programs, presenting at conferences, that kind of thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Someone's got to pass the torch and keep things moving forward, right?
Exactly. It's vital to the field.
Yeah.
And it's not just about training future scientists either.
Right.
Advanced biomedical scientists need to be able to talk about those complex findings
Oh, I see.
with other healthcare professionals,
Makes sense.
and sometimes even the public.
Oh, wow.
So everyone's on the same page.
So you're saying they need top-notch communication skills on top of the scientific brilliance.
Exactly. It's a demanding field.
That's quite the combination. Okay, let's be real for a second.
Sure.
This all sounds incredible, but every job has its pros and cons, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What's the reality check here?
Well, on the plus side,
Yeah,
qualified biomedical scientists are in high demand.
that's good.
The field is constantly evolving, always new discoveries,
Right.
which means there are diverse and exciting job opportunities out there.
That's awesome. And I can only imagine the feeling of knowing your work is making a real difference
Oh, yeah.
in healthcare. Like, that must be incredibly rewarding.
It absolutely is. It's a huge motivator for a lot of people in this field.
Yeah.
The opportunity to contribute to new treatments
Yeah.
and improve patient outcomes, that's huge.
Yeah.
But it's not always easy.
Right.
The RoleCatcher resources actually highlight how competitive the job market is,
Right.
and the work itself is very demanding.
Here's the reality check.
Yeah,
Sounds like this career is both challenging and incredibly fulfilling.
it is. It's a real balance. And it's important to address a common misconception about patient interaction.
Oh, okay.
While the role really emphasizes research, that doesn't mean there's no human element.
That's what I was thinking. They're not just stuck in a lab all day.
Exactly. Collaboration is key in this line of work.
Okay.
They often work closely with clinicians and other healthcare professionals
I see.
to make sure their research is actually useful for patients.
So they get to see the impact of their work firsthand.
They do, and it's incredibly rewarding for them.
That's amazing.
It is. That connection to improving lives is huge.
Yeah, that's got to be a good feeling.
It really is.
So we've established this career path is full of challenges,
Yeah,
but also huge rewards.
absolutely.
But what does the actual path to getting there look like?
Right.
What skills and knowledge do we need to even think about?
Well, I mean, it probably goes without saying that a strong science background is a must.
Makes sense. You're not diving into biomedical research without some serious science chops, right?
Exactly. You need that solid foundation in biology, chemistry, all of that.
Right.
But it's more than just memorizing textbooks, you know?
Oh, for sure.
It's about applying that knowledge.
Okay.
Solving problems, designing experiments, analyzing data. It's hands-on.
So critical thinking, problem solving, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And actually, the RoleCatcher resources break down the top skills even further.
Oh, interesting.
And some of them, oh, they might surprise you.
Okay, like what? Spill the tea.
For example, active listening ranks surprisingly high at 57%.
Really? Active listening, that's not the first thing that comes to mind when I picture a scientist.
Right.
I think they'd be all about the data in the experiments, not so much the listening.
That's where those preconceived notions can trip us up.
Okay.
Communication and collaboration, those are key in this field.
I see.
Active listening is how these scientists really understand the research,
Right.
how they work together effectively,
Yeah.
and even how they mentor other scientists.
So it's a two-way street, not just
Yep.
about being the one with all the answers.
Exactly. It's about being open and understanding different perspectives.
Gotcha. What else we got?
Okay, this one's a real curveball.
Yeah.
Customer and personal service.
Wait, what? Customer service?
Mm.
For biomedical scientists, how does that even work?
It might seem strange, but it all comes down to communication and teaching.
Okay.
Remember, these scientists often have to explain super complex stuff to people who aren't scientists.
Right, like breaking it down for the rest of us.
Exactly. That could be students, colleagues in different fields, even the public.
Makes sense.
So being able to make that information accessible and engaging, that's crucial.
It's like tailoring your message to your audience.
Precisely. Just like in customer service, you need to meet people where they are.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, when it comes to education, you'll definitely need a solid academic background.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm assuming we're talking some serious degrees here.
You're not wrong. A doctoral degree in biomedical science or a related field is pretty much the standard.
Okay, so hitting the books for a while.
Yeah, but it's not just about checking that degree box.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah, this field is constantly evolving, so continuous learning is key.
So even after all that schooling, they're still learning new stuff.
Absolutely. Whether it's staying updated on the latest research or getting additional certifications, lifelong learning is a must.
So it's like always leveling up your skills.
Exactly. Now, speaking of certifications,
Yeah.
there are a few that can really make a resume stand out.
Yeah, like what?
RoleCatcher actually lists some of the big ones.
Oh, perfect.
One is the Certified Biomedical Scientist, or CBMS, certification.
Okay, that one seems pretty straightforward.
Right. Then there's the Certified Clinical Scientist, or CCS certification.
And what does that one focus on?
That one's more about the clinical side of things.
Okay.
How to apply scientific knowledge in a clinical setting, often involving direct patient interaction. Those certifications show a real commitment to the field, which looks great to employers.
So it's like a way of proving you're serious about your career.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've got the skills, the knowledge, the certifications.
Yeah.
You've got it all.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the real test.
Yeah.
The job interview.
The interview.
What did RoleCatcher have to say about navigating that?
Well, they have this whole section on interview prep
Okay.
with tons of real-world sample questions.
Oh, cool.
And some of these questions, they really make you think on your feet.
Oh, I love those. The ones that make you sweat a little, you know.
Exactly.
What kind of questions are we talking about? Give me an example.
All right, how about this? Can you explain the process you would use to develop a new diagnostic test?
Okay, it's pretty specific, not just theoretical.
Exactly. It's not enough to know the theory.
Right.
They want to see you can actually apply your knowledge
Okay,
to a real-world situation.
makes sense.
It's like
Yeah.
they want to know you can think through the entire scientific process, from identifying a need for the test to designing it, validating it, implementing it, the whole 9 yards.
It's a chance to show off those problem-solving skills.
Exactly, and your deep understanding of the field.
Okay, what else? What other questions might they throw at you?
Here's one that gets at those communication skills we were talking about.
Right.
Can you describe a time when you had to communicate a complex scientific concept to a non-scientific audience?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's one thing to talk to other scientists.
Right.
But explaining it to someone who doesn't speak science, that's a whole different ballgame.
It really is.
Yeah,
They want to see if you can bridge that gap, you know?
right.
Can you make those complicated ideas clear and engaging no matter who you're talking to?
So being adaptable, finding those relatable examples,
Exactly.
making sure they're actually understanding
It
it.
all comes back to those customer service skills.
Right. Okay, this has been super helpful.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, anything else from RoleCatcher about the interview process?
Oh, yeah, they mentioned something really interesting. The growing use of AI in interviews.
Oh, wow, like robots taking over the interviews.
Not quite robots, but AI-powered interview tools.
Oh,
They can analyze your responses and give you personalized feedback.
wow, so it's like having your own personal interview coach.
Exactly, so
Yeah.
you're not going in blind.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Well, let's say you ace the interview, you land the job.
Mm-hmm.
What does the career ladder look like then?
Well, you usually start as an entry-level scientist. Focusing on specific projects, working under more senior researchers.
Right, learning the ropes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then as you gain experience, you might become a junior biomedical scientist.
More responsibility, bigger projects, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And from there, you could move up to a senior biomedical scientist position,
Okay.
leading research projects,
Yeah.
mentoring other scientists, maybe even publishing your findings.
Wow.
And then the peak of the field, advanced biomedical scientist.
So it's like that ultimate goal?
It is.
Leading groundbreaking research, shaping policies, mentoring the next generation.
Making a real impact on the field.
It's inspiring, honestly,
It is.
to think about these scientists on the cutting edge of medicine,
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries of what's possible,
Exactly.
all to improve treatments, find cures, help people live longer, healthier lives.
That's what it's all about.
Wow, what a career.
It really is.
All right, there you have it, listeners. Our deep dive into the world of the advanced biomedical scientist. We talked skills, knowledge, the career path, the incredible impact this role has.
It's a big one.
Huge thanks to RoleCatcher for the amazing resources.
For sure.
And on that note, one final thought to leave you with.
Okay.
The material really emphasized how much this field is constantly changing, right?
Oh, yeah. Always evolving.
So how do you think all these emerging technologies, things like AI and machine learning,
Right.
how will they shape the role of the advanced biomedical scientist in the future?
Interesting question.
It's something to ponder. Maybe even a deep dive all on its own.
Maybe so.
Until next time.